You guys, for my birthday, my husband made me a bookshelf. No, it's not this one. It's this one. How awesome, right? If you want to know how he made it, please comment down below and I'll try to get him to explain that in a future video. But anyway, today, guess what? I get to do one of my favorite things, decorate it. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Casey, or the Real Housewife of Nebraska. I do a lot of homemaking videos like decorating, cleaning, cooking, organizing. I would love it if you hit the subscribe button down below and the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. But anyway, for a while now, I've been researching the best ways to decorate bookcases. And I'm going to tell you what I found out. First, if you have stuff on your bookshelf, your bookcase, bookshelf, whatever you call it, you'll want to empty it. I know this takes a little bit extra work, but it's best to start with a clean slate. See what works, what doesn't. I am leaving this gun on my case because I don't want to mess with it. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this gun, but my husband loves it and wants it there. And as you know, when there's more than one person in the house, you have to merge design styles. Plus, at least it has a story to tell. It's from World War I, so that's pretty cool, right? Okay, step number 2. You want to figure out your color scheme. You generally just want to stick to 3 colors. You've probably heard of the 60-30-10 rule. You want 60% of the area to be one color, which is generally a neutral color, 30% another color, and 10% the last color. If you're unsure what colors to use, take a look at the color wheel, or you can check out a piece of artwork you like and see what colors are in it. Of course, if you have a lot of other decorations in your room, you probably want to follow the same color scheme in your bookcase. For my bookcase, I'm doing gold or mixed metals as my secondary color and bluish greens as my accent color. Notice how I said bluish greens? You don't need to be stuck with just one color for that accent color as long as it's in the same family. On to step number 3. You want to figure out what items you're going to use. In addition to your color scheme, there are other factors you want to consider. Try to play with a variety of heights along with a variety of sizes. Books, bowls, and botanicals, the 3 Bs, all look great on bookcases. That's just a suggestion, but I would recommend it. Books are just natural to have in a bookcase, right? Bowls add an artsy vibe, and botanicals provide an earthy, warm feel. Other people like to add a 4th B, baskets, which can also provide warmth and storage. But I'm not so much into that style. Of course, you want to do what you love because you're the one who lives in this space. You want to add texture to your bookcase. You can achieve that through those baskets, or like I'm doing by mixing metals, adding plants, and adding decorations that are made out of wood. Maybe that gun comes in handy after all, right? It's nice to have something sentimental on your case, something that makes you smile and tells a story. For Dave, obviously, it's the gun. For me, it's pictures of my family and through these books. The religious books were from my grandma, who has been such a strong woman in my life and has helped lead me to God. I have a book from my old boss. Old, I guess that's not the word to use. Old, right? Right. I should say former. Former is the right word. Okay, that's the word I'm going for. From my former boss. Anyway, it's also about South Dakota, where I have spent most of my life. There are also books from my sister and one of my favorite teachers. She gave me this for my high school graduation present. A couple things to keep in mind with books. 2 is if you have a book you want to use but it doesn't fit your vibe, take off the book cover. You might be surprised by what's underneath. This actually was one of my college textbooks that had a hideous bright color. I took it off and I love how simple and neutral the book is, along with the title. Also, if you have a book with an ugly spine, turn it around and see the pages instead. Another sentimental thing I have is this elephant candle. Some people may think it's ugly, but it fits my mid-century modern style, and it does have a great story. When my grandpa's house went up in flames, a lot of the things in his house sadly were destroyed, but not this candle. I also like the saying on it, and I wish I knew who gave it to who. Yeah, that would be, I'm sure it has a great backstory, right? Now, you might want to just fill your case with pictures, but it's nice to leave some space for artwork because it adds another visual layer and may make you look more worldly if you care about that. This is also sentimental because it's from a 4-H event growing up. Here comes the fun part. Step number 4, putting everything back into your bookcase. It's best to start with the books so you can evenly space them. Stack some vertically, stack some horizontally. It's fun to put smaller objects on top of stacked books, so you might want to allow space for that. Next, add in your larger objects. It's a good idea to put some decorations toward the back of the bookcases so you can place smaller items in front of it and add some depth. Once again, make sure you evenly disperse the larger objects. Now comes the smaller knickknacks. Remember not to have too much clutter though, and keep some blank space. You may feel the need to cover an entire shelf, but open space in itself can be artsy. The eye needs some relief. Sounds funny, but it's true. Don't just fill the shelf with cheap junk. That looks, well, cheap. It's also a good idea to form groupings on a shelf, put some items together, and then leave a little blank space. In those groupings, aim for odd numbers. For some odd reason, odd numbers look better in home decor. So here on this shelf, take a look at my groupings. Also, again, remember to vary the height in the groupings and have some items in back, others in front to provide more depth. The 5th step, step back and take a look at your work. This is always a great idea. Don't be afraid to change things around and have fun with it. So here's a look at my finished bookcase.
First impression, you OPN, we should be closer than friends. If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya. The door's OPN, take that hot road and hop in. Monarch butterflies, you should open up. I'm trying to put your heart together, found it broken up. Going up in smoke, smoking up. Make sure the children in the house, she's inappropriate. The way she's approaching us, I disassociate. Exfoliate, the renegotiate. She's closing up. Come to visit me, she say that she the loneliest, and it's hard to open.
My bookcase has a mix of mid-century and Scandinavian styles, which are kind of the styles I'm into right now. Let me know what you think of it, or if you have any other tips or tricks for decorating a bookcase. Please comment those down below. And once again, while you're there, of course, I would love it if you became part of this Real Housewife YouTube family. Hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Meanwhile, while I'm decorating, this is what the girls have been doing. Evie has her swimsuit on.
Don't get out.
And it looks like Camille's in jail in the laundry basket.
I think I'm in his backpack. No, touch me.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and happy decorating.